Counts and 3 Counts starts now.
Are we live? Oh my God. StreamYard, you will not be the death of me. You heard?
You will not deny us, bro.
You will not be the death of me. You will not. But holy God, I put it in the title to today's show, man. Wrestling Palooza went down last weekend, or at least that's what I'm calling it. You had AEW All, which again, shout out to AEW for inviting us out there. I didn't get to make it again. We were kind of suffering and mourning the loss of our friend Ken Brass. And I stayed and I watched everything. I watched AEW All In. We'll talk about that. You got NXT Great American Bash. You got Saturday night's main event and J-Bone's favorite wrestlers final match. And you had Sunday, which I did a watch along, which you can check it out on this channel with our friends from Women's Wrestling Talk. Shout out to TK Trinidad and Courtney Rice for having me. Thank you, ladies. J-Bone, how the fuck are you on a Tuesday?
I'm better than I would have been if Goldberg would have won that match. Let's just say that.
Come on. We know he's your favorite.
You had to throw that in there, didn't you?
I mean, I was gonna put J-Bone's favorite, but I'm limited to 100 characters on the title.
I'm in so much trouble if we ever run into that guy, dude. I'm dead. But no, it was good. Good weekend, man. Just so much wrestling everywhere, and shout out to the ladies for putting on a show on Sunday. What a show! Honestly, the Rhea Ripley match and Io Sky potentially match of the year for me. That was a great weekend, some great wrestling all over the board, like you said, from all companies involved. And yeah, we got to reap the benefits, as they say.
I completely agree. I don't know how you watched everything because I know you were DJing and stuff like that. But I watched Great American Bash and AEW All In simultaneously. So there could have been things here and there that I kind of missed, but I made us some notes of everything. You know, I thought that it was a good show. It was a long ass show. It was like 6 hours long, but then again, it was like their WrestleMania. So I understand, you know, I understand it being longer. But overall for what we got, dude, the main event was pure cinema. Like we talk about storytelling in AEW. You talk about the stories of AEW being able to hook you and keep you involved and, you know, wanting to see it. You can't tell me that you didn't like the way that played out, clear down to the end of it when you get Bryan Danielson back like that and all that. You had Omega and Okada, and now we have to have a fifth match between them because now, you know, you got Kenny had 3 wins and then 1 was a draw. Now Okada's got 2 wins. So I think it's 2 wins. I think it's 2 wins apiece, and we're at a draw. So before we start picking matches, what was your thoughts on AEW All In? And everybody that's joining the stream, make sure you share it, like it, please retweet, and let people know you're watching. And if you're new here, thanks for checking us out.
No, man, I thought it was a good show. Like you said, it was long, but it is like the WrestleMania, and they treated it that way. Big arena, big stadium, and they delivered. They put on some great matches, man. The Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné match, as we called it, banger for many reasons. Toni Storm is she's on a different level right now, man. But we got
that character is amazing.
Everything else aside, though, real quick, man. The injury to Adam Cole, Kyle, I know we talked about it off a little bit. I'm hearing that it's more concussion issues, and not sure what his future looks like going forward, man. But hopefully he gets cleared to compete because, you know, all other things aside, that's most important. So hopefully his stuff works out, man. That sucks.
I completely agree. I've gotten to meet Adam and hang out with him a little bit because of our friend Megaran, and he could not have been a nicer guy. Every time I met him, from Evolve shows to when we seen him at WrestleMania to, you know, whether it's a meet and greet, a show, whatever it is, he's always been a good dude. And I hope that he can get back in there, man. It just seems like this AEW run hasn't really gotten the chance ever really to like get off the ground, because he's had all the injury problems, and there's nothing you can do to stop injuries. I mean, we all know what it is, and they know what it is in the ring. It just sucks when you see somebody that is a legitimate star, dude, and then, doesn't really ever get a chance to get the run with AEW off the ground,
Right.
and that led to the TNT title match, which then led us to a new champion in Dustin Rhodes. And I just want to say to the people that are like shitting all over, Britt Baker for saying something about Adam Cole on Twitter, like, get a life, dude. Like,
Yeah, no,
okay, they broke up, but they were together for a long ass time.
right.
So, like,
Thank you.
showing compassion for somebody in 2025, what a novel concept.
It just shows your maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they got a past, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, we're all people, dude. And we strive to be good people. So that is what it is. If you don't like it, screw you, pal.
You heard the man. But before you do so, make sure you hit subscribe. Says we got about 94 people in here. Make sure you guys like and retweet this, please, and share it and let us know that you're watching. If you had any thoughts on AEW, please feel free to drop them down in the comments. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you follow us at Knockouts and 3 Counts and bodyslam.net. But what did you think about our new champion? What do you think about Dustin Rhodes now making it him and Cody Rhodes the only two brother TNT champions now in AEW history?
That actually made me smile, dude, because that's one of those guys. He kind of flies under the radar this late in his career, but he's had a great career and he's putting in the work. He's always been putting in the work. You know what I mean? So he deserves something like that, and especially in his home state of Texas, you can't really beat that. So shout out to him, man. He's a veteran putting in that good work, and he's still putting on good matches. So he deserves that. So that definitely made me smile from a fan standpoint.
I completely agree too, man. Like, it's thank you guys for all hitting that like button. If you haven't done so, make sure you do that, share it. But I couldn't agree more, man. I've met the guy a few times. He's never been nothing but cool. For him to win that in Texas, I honestly thought it was going to be Kyle Fletcher when things went down the way it went. But like I said, it's cool, and hopefully, again, like I said, like the tribalism stuff is just so whack to me. Like, can we get off of that? Like, if this doesn't show that, like, Tony's not trying to like be a dick towards like Cody and them or anything like that, man. I don't know. But whatever, dude. Like I said, I think it's cool. I think it was a great thing to see.
God, how many matches were on that card? Because I know it was long, but was there any certain match that stuck out above the rest for you?
The main event had to.
Yeah. The image of Moxley in that triangle just getting stabbed.
That was wild.
The blood just squirting. Oh man. That dude, for what it is, bro, he takes some punishment in there. He lives it, dude. You could see the skin kind of like folded over and all. Go back and watch it if you haven't. But if you got a soft stomach, I would.
If you got a soft stomach,
I wouldn't suggest it, but do it anyway. Bring a bucket.
That's funny. I'm just trying to pull up all the matches so I can.
Corey said he's joining us. He's behind, man.
Yeah, I see that. AEW Unified Championship, Okada, obviously, like we talked about, defeated Kenny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What'd you think of Darby coming from the ceiling?
I thought that was sweet.
Cool, right? Love to see that. Only him. I feel like
there were 11 matches on that card.
Wow. Okay. Good show. Good show.
Hey, man, shout out to especially shout out to our guy Shane Taylor getting to put on in his city in Texas, STP, doing the damn thing. It was dope to see. Shout out to our guy Keith P. Jason, man. Thanks for checking us out. Yes, I was at the Superbad Media Day. It was dope to get to chop it up with Tony and Dimitri Salita. Both of those interviews will be coming soon, both the Knockouts and 3 Counts and bodyslam.net. But yeah, man, it was dope. Tony seems focused. I liked what I heard. it really seems like he wants to do this just because he believes that he's got more in the tank. He believes that he's got something else to show. And he said he's ready to show it on July 26th. And it didn't matter who the promoter was, but that person had to see the vision. He said Dimitri Salita saw the vision. We also talked with Dimitri about the suspension for Clarissa Shields and how that's also kind of opened some doors and opened some eyes to, people being popped for things like weed and things of that nature when it's legal here in the state. And we also talked about her matchup. We talked about Tony Harrison. Tony said he wants to stay active. There was a lot of heat in there, man. I got to see Tommy Hearn's kid was in there training as well, man. It was nice. Watch out, bro. There's a bunch of young killers over there at Superbad. Shout out to Keith. I will see you at a fight again soon. All right. What did you think about Timeless Tony and Mercedes Moné?
What a
Austin
match,
Hearns
dude.
is going to be a killer. You are exactly right, sir. Austin, we got to make that's one that we got to make happen. I told LJ when I was down there, bro. No problem, my man. I like I said, I have those interviews coming. I'm trying to get some of the noise down because it was kind of loud in there versus like the other open workout. But I know I will be at the press conference or the weigh-in for the fight next week as well. Keith, I don't know if you're coming there. Hopefully you are. And if you are, I will catch up with you there. But make sure you guys stay tuned to Knockouts and 3 Counts for all of your coverage with that stuff. We're going to be talking a little bit more boxing in a little bit. Don't go nowhere, Keith. We're going to be talking about Serrano and Tylor. We're going to talk about another product out of Superbad as well, Alicia Baumgardner. We got a lot more stuff to talk about. But what were your picks on that? What were your thoughts on that one? Where does Tony Storm go from here, though? I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly thought that Mercedes Moné was going to win.
Yeah, I remember you said that. Have you ever seen a move like that from a tombstone pile driver type move? You know what I'm talking about. It's early. The kids aren't to bed yet. So have you ever seen a move quite like that in a women's match?
I was not mad about it. We'll keep it PG out here, but I was not mad at it. And I just love the fact that even in a match like that, the only thing that was crazy, right, is Tony Storm's having this match, and it was a great match. If you guys didn't get to go see it, definitely I felt like lived up to the buzz. But like her makeup was like starting to come off. Like, because I gotta imagine it had to be hot as hell.
Texas, bro. Yeah.
Being in the to be in the Rangers Stadium again. Shout out to AEW. I'm so bummed I didn't get to go out there to Texas to check that out this weekend again. We were mourning the death of our guy Ken Brass, which we're doing a SummerSlam party for that. But dude, what a match! I thought with the titles, you almost had to put it on Mercedes Moné. But I mean, if this doesn't, like, to all the people that are like, oh, Mercedes just wants to put herself over. Oh, she just keeps winning, won't lose. If this doesn't help put Tony over when she's like got 8 different championships right now.
Right.
Like, I mean, to with what we were talking about, Keith, it's the same thing with Clarissa Shields. You beat Clarissa Shields. She's the undisputed champ. She's got all the belts.
Yeah.
She's the big cog.
I don't think we've seen the last of that
Mercedes
either, though. Mercedes and Tony, that was too good of a match to just end it there. We're gonna see that again down the road.
Oh, I'm down with that. I am totally down with that.
You can bank on that because that was off the charts, man.
I see what you did there. Maybe a bank statement, huh?
Yeah, you like that?
I see what you like. I see what you did there. But let's talk a little bit about the main event: Hangman Page versus your champion Jon Moxley again. I'm just glad that title is out of the fucking briefcase.
Yeah. No.
Thank God the title is out of the briefcase. You know, having a world title in a briefcase for what, over a year?
Yeah.
It
still had Bryan Danielson's name played on it.
It is wild business in 2025 to not show your world championship weekly on a weekly TV broadcast. But hey, it was what it was. I thought the story of it was dope. I thought the fact that we got Ospreay and the Bucks, Ospreay and Swerve, and the Bucks all getting involved in that match. I thought getting to see the return of Bryan Danielson
That was awesome.
Insane. You know, and then like I said, I just feel like the match lived up to what it is. You know, Moxley was a mess. Hangman was a mess. I think, you know, shout out to our guy Dave LaGreca from Busted Open. Shout out to Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 on Sirius XM. Dude, I feel like you couldn't have really wanted much more story. And then for Hangman to like be covered in his own blood trying to open up the briefcase to get the title out. Yeah. The whole thing, dude.
It was a movie, dude.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. For a main event, it was exactly what you needed for that card. Texas death match. That was a Texas death match. The blood, a bed of nails, you name it, dude. But yeah, no, you're right. The payoff for it all for the last year of keeping that belt under wraps, like you said, that's crazy. That's crazy, dude. To keep your belt off.
Crazy
TV.
Work, dude. Especially because I'm not gonna lie, dude. Being a fan of like the big belts like that,
yeah,
AEW belt's a pretty belt.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely an awesome belt. But yeah, like we said, the payoff, cool. I'm cool with Hangman having it. I'm curious to see what's next for Hangman, but got many ways we can go, man. Great show, especially for being counter programmed, as they say. I thought they did very well.
Now that's a good way to go to NXT Great American Bash. Now, do you feel like? I mean, I still thought it was a great show, but do you think that it gained enough buzz to really warrant the like counter programming thing, or do you just think it's like, look, man, we're just trying to prove our dominance at this point? It is what it is.
I don't think you could have counter programmed that at that point. I think they just, if that's what they were doing, they just threw something on just to have it on at the same time and not. I mean, I don't know. Like AEW, that was their biggest show of the year. You know what I mean? You're not gonna top it with an NXT show. Not saying anything bad about NXT because they are great too, but you're not gonna top AEW's top show with that. So, but Great American Bash was a great card. Also, I enjoyed that.
What up, though? Chris checking in from Massachusetts.
What's up, Chris?
My guy. I know you watched all of this wrestling. Please, can you give me some thoughts? Give me some opinions. Do you think that the counter programming helped WWE in this? Do you think that the Great American Bash lived up to what it's supposed to? Or do you think AEW, I mean, really they should have won the day with how long of a show it is, but do you think that it did what it was supposed to?
I think it was great. And we won in the end. You know what I mean? I don't know if people were watching it simultaneously on different screens or whatever the case was. I didn't get to watch it that way. But in the end, we're the winners, man. We got to watch it all and enjoy it all. So as fans, we win. Thank you. I'm not mad at it.
Oh, yeah. All right, dude. Let's get into a little bit of this with Great American Bash. Okay. So here, first of all right, here we go. Both shows were good. AEW was wicked long, but the fans won. I agree. 6 hours long is long, but given the fact that we went through how many years, and I went to some of these WrestleManias that were 8 hours long, I guess I can handle 6 hours long for what's supposed to be their WrestleMania, but you're not kidding. That was a long-ass show. And speaking of, long ass things, what long last?
Wait, what?
What you talking about, long?
That was what I was going to say. I was going to say Corey has finally joined the show.
There he is.
Yes. Yeah. Shout out to Jay the T. He's always telling me there he is when Mad Eye Maddox is over there. But I agree with you, bro. It was definitely wicked long, but I agree the fans won. Like, for us to have that much high quality wrestling between like the 2 days like that was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like you literally had AEW, like you said, going head to head with Great American Bash. And then you had J-Bone's favorite wrestler's last fucking match.
Last match?
No,
finally. Well, for like the third time though, right? It's been
that's
why
until he goes over to fucking AEW. Did you watch him on the Ariel Helwani show or whatever it was?
Yo, you know the funny thing about that? Did you notice that WWE was saying like it was like the culmination of his career? Like even they didn't call it that. I don't think he's gonna go to AEW because man, look, dude, he's just
he said on the show in 2 weeks he can fully talk about things that transpired. So
that's usually
oh shit.
Look, he also said he's not happy. I'm just gonna challenge this guy myself. You know what?
I
I'm
mean,
just
if
kidding.
you
I'm
want to
kidding.
die,
I'm
I
kidding.
still am putting
Do not
my
hold
money
me
on
to that.
Goldberg to spear the shit out of you, dude.
Do not hold me to that, please. I was running around calling him Oldberg all day on Saturday.
I know. I'm just saying, if you
my kid
ever
hated
fuck
it.
around and find out, dude, he might hit you like it was like the Atlanta Falcons days or the Georgia Bulldog days. You better watch out. Ask Bret Hart, bro. He might come with that kick to the head. Watch out.
We don't
bro.
want that. Are we on that subject right now though of Goldberg? Can I kind of speak on the match itself? Are we ready for that?
I mean, are we
doing that?
We can, but I mean,
or you want to do Great Bash first?
All in all, I thought Jordan and Mariah was very interesting TV. I thought Ethan Page and Ricky Stanks really put on in that one too. I'm not mad at Ethan Page holding on to the belt. I think Ricky Stanks could definitely be on the main roster soon. Like I said, Sol Ruca is a star. Like,
yeah, I want to see more of her for many reasons.
That girl is money. And she has like the best finisher in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit is badass, and she seems to be able to hit it no matter where it's in the ring, like off the ropes, off the corner, no matter how she's got to do it. She seems to be able to hit it, and it always looks dope. So I'm cool with it. More Sol Ruca on my TV.
She's great. She is a star, and when they do call her up, she'll be a.
Is Obafemi going up next?
I was just gonna say that. When are we calling this man up? Because that dude, he's overdone what he needs to do in NXT. If you ask me, when is the call up? Are we waiting all the way to next year?
I think.
Or what? Are we gonna wait till the night after Mania?
Who do you think's the next guy for the championship then?
That part I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's what you got to figure out.
We got to
move him up. Somebody else has got to move into that.
That is important because somebody's got to carry that title.
I knew it wasn't going to be Inamura. We can talk about that while we're on the subject. I knew it wasn't going to be Inamura, but
I don't know that you want to wait all the way till the night after Mania for him to go up. Like it's been a long time, man. But like you said, you got to find somebody to carry that title, and it's got to matter. Ricky Stanks, I feel like could be that. Ethan Page could also carry that too. Javon Evans, he's a star in the making.
He showed out, dude.
He shows out every time he's on TV. So I mean, I wouldn't be mad if he somehow got.
You think he's ready for the title though? Because he hasn't had any of the singles titles yet.
Right, no singles titles yet. I don't know. It depends on how long they want to hold on to Oba in NXT, I think. Because if we are going to go all the way to the night after Mania. What about that guy, Jasper
Troy? I mean, I know he's new, but damn, they are pushing dude heavy.
They're pushing
mean, he just won that LFG show that was on A&E and shit. But I mean, dude, he's literally been on TV every fucking week since that show ended. And they've already had what, 2 world title matches?
2, yeah.
2, I don't know.
Andy laid out Ricky Stanks, who was your former North American champion too. So I mean, like, talk about a hot start for a guy. Onto a
they
brand.
Believe in dude. They believe in him clearly.
I mean, dude's money.
Yes.
I mean, you hear Booker T call it, he's a monster. You hear him? I mean, you hear me, bro? Like I said, it's definitely he's an interesting one. He's one to watch. All right, let's talk about it. J-Bone's favorite wrestler. I know he's got it recorded on his TV right now.
I listen, man. I tried
Make sure you put your phone on vibrate so you don't hear it.
I tried. All right, listen, let me just say this. The Goldberg character, the career of Goldberg, it was great. Don't get me wrong. He's dominated. He was intensity.
Oh, don't try to act like you like him now.
All that stuff, bro. But it was the later years for me. It was the coming back, the return, when he crushed Kevin Owens, when he crushed the Fiends, when he almost killed the Undertaker. That stuff, it was just too much. And I didn't believe it anymore.
That part.
You know, there gets to be a point where you just stop believing it. You know, like I don't believe that anymore. I didn't believe this run, the last match. I'm sorry, dude. Gunther should have tore him apart more than that. I thought Gunther should have just put him straight to sleep. Like a 30-second match like Goldberg would have had with somebody back in the day.
I
That's
mean,
what
dude, you can't have him go out in his own city just looking like a straight schlub, dude. Like, come on now.
What do we do in wrestling? We put the next guy over. Gunther's going to be here for 20 more years, dude, as a dominating force. So why not beat the dominating force for the past 20 years and choke the dude out? That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah.
But to give it to how old is he? 58, 56 or something like that?
Yeah, something
He
like
looked
that.
he looked pretty good. He looked better than he did when he wrestled the Undertaker in Saudi. I'll tell you that much. He ate that chop and he laughed about it.
Dude, the meme, bro. Shout out to Denise Salcedo. Did you see the meme where she said, "My face when my man grabs my boob"?
Yeah, yeah. Now I'll give it to him.
Yo.
So on that, on the Ariel Helwani show, he said that when he took that chop, he said he didn't mean to laugh. He broke character. Like he didn't mean to laugh. He said he was just so shocked by it that he didn't know how to react because it hit him so hard.
Well, dude, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Every time PCO comes on, and that match was how many years ago at this point? At least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That always gets brought up. Like, I mean, dude. Corey,
Gunther's chops are
you like
the best in the
high
game,
impact things. You watch MMA. Go look up a damn Go look at a damn Gunther chop.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it a couple times when
he's done something to perfect that, and it's just like,
yo, shout out to our guy Gerard from Body Slam. Appreciate y'all sharing us out, my man. If anybody else is watching us on the Twitterverse, make sure you chime in with your thoughts. But dude, I'm with you. Like, I've said it since dude was Walter. I don't want the smoke with Gunther. I don't give a fuck. Gunther, Walter, doesn't matter. I'm straight.
I'm not taking no chops from Gunther.
Straight.
No way, bro.
No, I'm not doing it.
Did you so did you know, obviously you noticed, but they cut off Goldberg's speech at the end, which was kind of
that's not.
I don't know what
fault,
the time
though.
constraint. I don't know what the issues were. I don't know what it was.
I think it was just because of where it was at time wise. Because you got to remember Saturday night's main event on like network TV and stuff.
Yeah,
so
it was
I'm
on
sure
NBC also, right?
Right. So they have a hard out. You can't just like go over 10 or 15.
So they just missed. They just missed
NBC.
it. That's all. They just missed their cue time. But that sucks. I mean, but that's what he was saying on that show as well.
But that's
what
I
didn't.
He's
not happy about it.
Everybody saw it.
Yeah, he said he's just not happy the way it happened. And if he had it his way, he'd have another shot. I mean,
dude, look, I don't know if they missed their time. I don't know what happened. Like, look, if you went too long in your match and your match didn't, everything didn't play the way it is, unless they cut your time, then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, they gave him the walkout. He had past guests of the show, Ernest the Cat Miller in there. They had Doug Dillinger, the old security guy, in there. You had his kid, Gage Goldberg, out there. You had Josh Barnett was out there with them. Like, I mean, they gave him.
He also said that they offered his son, Gage, some kind of contract, and it was almost laughable, according to him. He said they didn't agree to it because of the numbers. And this is something that he's willing to talk about in a couple weeks after his contract stipulations.
To step in on that, I really wonder if that's the whole corporatization of both WWE and UFC, because I talk about it all the time on the UFC end. It's the same thing. Like, you can be a highly touted prospect like Goldberg's fucking son, and they'll still be like, you know what? Contender series 12-12. How's that sound?
Right.
It's probably the same type of deal.
I'm sure they lowball.
I don't doubt it. And I mean,
you got a lot to prove.
Those NIL deals, but I don't hear of any of those NIL people making like millions.
Right.
The college kids you're talking.
So they have
the wrestling.
Yeah. The WWE has a NIL unit just like they do in football now. Like that's where they get like a lot of those athletes or like ex-volleyball people, cheerleader people, whatever the hell. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I've never like looked to see what that kind of money is, but I mean, we all know what kind of business wrestling is too. Like, okay, so you're Goldberg's kid and you didn't get a contract that you necessarily thought was, what it was supposed to be. Okay, you go on there and say he goes out there and is like Braun Breaker or some shit and has like the crazy spear like his dad did and gives him something to build in there. If it ends up to the point where he ends up in a main event in NXT, I'm sure his money's going to go up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, this just sounds like somebody's just kind of not happy with the way that, the last match went, which he's entitled to his own opinion for that. But I mean, like I said, we'll see how it plays out. But basically,
I was really looking forward to that match.
Well,
I bet you were.
But to the money point though, I bet it was a little different in the Vince era, where you had family coming in. You're like, hey, this is the new Goldberg. This is the next chance. This is like, I'm sure the checks were a little better back then, or at least
See, I could agree with that,
inflation.
I guess, but at the same time, the perfect example I could use is like Kurt Angle. Like, I don't know what the exact numbers are. It's not exactly my business, but it's and obviously there was no NIL back then. But J-Bone, you know the story.
Yeah.
And Keith or any of you guys, if you're still watching, like for the the people who maybe might not be as versed on wrestling, like it's a fabled story of how they offered Kurt Angle a badass contract, and then he said that he didn't want it because he couldn't lose, and then decided he wanted to come back and try it. And then when he did, they told him you could try out, and then we'd see where he went. And obviously he didn't sign for the same money that they probably offered him the first time. I mean, so it all kind of depends. It could have been, but
I don't know. I've never really looked into these NIL deals like that. I know Mark Henry's son has one in place, and I believe Scott Steiner's son also, but I haven't seen numbers. So I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking for in those deals. So I don't know what's high and low.
I obviously clearly different because you're talking about. I would imagine. I mean, this is all my imagination here, but in my mind, they're picking out not necessarily D1, top tier football athletes and paying them. In my mind, they're picking out, like you were just saying earlier, Kyle, like really good personality type, look the part volleyball players
not
and stuff like
necessarily,
that. Well, let me finish the point of maybe like a D2 school, because if you're trying to pay the guard of that at Michigan, like those guys are already getting money like that. The checks that are being rumored for those kids are those are steep checks. So in my mind, they're probably scouting the talent of like maybe, the secondary smaller schools and just trying to find those, diamonds in the rough that they don't need to sponsor with quite as much money is what I would,
I'm looking at the latest class, and like one of them is Jacob Henry. That's the son of Mark Henry. He's a football player and wrestler at Oklahoma. And then you got Brock Rex Steiner, son of Scott Steiner. He's a football player at Jacksonville State. But then if you go down the list, Bianca Pisano, she's a field hockey player at Michigan State.
Yep.
And if you look at her, she doesn't have like this, she's not the size, like a mass. She's not like a freak athlete or anything. And then Gina Adams, basketball player at Lynn University. I don't even know where that's at. But I don't know. It seems like it's just across the board on what they had. They must have specifications because it's
I think it probably depends on the person, right? Because the example I was going to use is sure that's true with some of them, but then you also have people like the girl that won the LFG that Tyra May Steele. She's a fucking Olympic gold medalist in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like you can't really. We just talked about Kurt Angle. Well, here you go. She's a gold medalist in wrestling. That is what it is, and like you said, that's got to come with some form. I mean, form of cachet. Now, granted, she's been there a couple of years, so I mean, I don't know, if her deal would like classify as an NIL deal or like what, what kind of deal she's under. It's just interesting to talk about. And now that we're in an NIL situation with WWE, the same way we hear about it in college sports, it's just going to be an interesting thing to kind of see like what that money looks like, to Corey's point, because of the obvious money that comes if they were coming from football. All right, before we talk about why Derrick Lewis's balls are hot, dude, WWE Evolution was hot. I got to give a shout out to all the women. That fucking show was badass, dude. From start to finish, from the way they did the Money in the Bank shit, I did not see that shit coming that way. I did not think that was going to play out that way, and I did not go into that one with Naomi cashing that bitch in on my bingo card. And then for her to come out and cut the promo that she did on Raw, bro.
They tried to turn her face, bro. The fans tried to turn her face.
The crowd wanted to turn her face.
That's what I'm saying. The fans were trying to turn her face.
She shut them down. She was like, no, y'all weren't feeling the glow. She shut them the fuck down. And then that evil ass laugh that she's got, bro, that shit was money.
Yeah.
Once again, I got to say, shout out to Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus is still dope. Every match that she's been involved in when she's come back has been dope. Yes, her tank top was true. Her and Lita were my first crushes.
She's probably got a crush on you too. You just don't know it.
Yeah. No, I wish, bro. If I
bet if
don't be slamming the table on that one.
I bet if you just ask her.
Yeah, well, I asked her about why she didn't give Devin a hug. Didn't you see the reel? If you guys don't follow us at KO3C Pod, you can find out for yourself. She said it was because she didn't like his aura. So,
she likes yours.
I don't know if I don't like aura girls.
He said, I don't like aura girls. And before I forget, dude, oh my God. Thoughts and prayers to Seth Rollins, man. We talk about the women's Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins, like, legitimately looks like he blew out his knee in his match on Saturday night's main event and just won the Money in the Bank. So how they're going to get their way out of that.
We don't have a diagnosis yet, right? Am I?
No, they haven't given an official diagnosis, but I mean, they were even talking about it on Raw that he seriously injured his knee, and they were still away. And mind you, he's already been gone for knee injuries before.
Yeah, that same knee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the same kind of way, except the last time he had it explode when he was trying to powerbomb Kane.
Yeah. What do you think we do here? So if he's off,
I told you what I think they should do.
If he's off, so Money in the Bank is in June, and the stipulation is he's got until June of next year to use the Money in the Bank briefcase. If he is going to be back before then, do you think they should let him keep the Money in the Bank briefcase?
See, but I don't think you can leave it in limbo for that long.
Why?
I mean,
you have a year to use it.
Yeah, but look at the way they're already hyping Braun Breaker, though. But I told you what I thought they should have did. Yeah. I thought they should have.
I don't know. I'd have to look up the history, but I only recall one time where somebody lost their Money in the Bank briefcase to somebody else. I think that was Mr. Kennedy, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing.
And then Otis.
Yeah. I just think if you're gonna, you got to get the diagnosis first and the timeline. If he's gonna be back before Money in the Bank of next year, I would use the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Well, that's why it's still up in the air.
It's going to be huge when he comes back and cashes it.
Depending on how bad it is, where we're at with all that, I think that all kind of depends. That all kind of like shows the way that's got to go. But yeah, dude, Evolution from start to finish was an amazing show. Like, every match was fire. Especially
they stole the weekend.
I mean, especially stole the weekend. Wow, that's interesting.
It's a big feat, right? I would say they stole the weekend.
I mean, bro.
Look, I told you before. I told you earlier that Io Sky and Rhea Ripley match.
That was fucking great.
Potential match of the year, man. That was amazing.
And then to have it go a complete 360 and end up in a cash in, and Rhea still doesn't get to beat Io, so she's still 0-3.
Yeah, that was good. That's good stuff.
Ed, what up, though, Ed? We defeated the damn escape room. Shout out to Kyle. Happy birthday. The aliens didn't get me in that bitch. Ah.
So that's a good point. So I was gonna say, depending on this diagnosis, because we don't know. I mean, I'm just fantasy booking. What if Punk wins at SummerSlam and we get the cash in still somehow? How amazing would that be? And Seth, you like by any means necessary, even if I'm hurt, what if you're not winning, dude?
Like a surrogate champion.
something. I don't know. They got to figure it out. I'm sure they're back there writing things and trying to figure out. But we just got to wait on the MRIs.
What the MRI is. But I told you, my personal like brainchild of what I think would be dope for them to do.
Tell it to the people. Let them know.
Have Seth or Paul cut a promo, probably Paul. Have Paul go out in the ring and be like, look, Seth Rollins is the rightful holder of the Money in the Bank. We know that Seth Rollins is unfortunately injured. But if you think that we're going to just relinquish the Money in the Bank, you're crazy. So we know, I've said, you've heard me say over and over and over again that Braun Breaker is next up. So if anyone's going to have the Money in the Bank, let it be one of my guys. Let Braun Breaker have it. And then let him hold on to it. And then eventually, when the time's right, have him spear the shit out of somebody and win the title.
You think so? I'm
just saying, Paul
I'm not
Paul
saying it's out of the realm of reality.
Did he not just say on Raw that Braun Breaker is the next world champion? I mean, granted, I know he had the number 1 contender match, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he lost to the best in the world.
He did, but if he had a Money in the Bank, that gives him
what did he beat? Like 4 other guys before that?
That gives you the mulligan.
He pretty much ran the table, and then he just lost it at the end.
Dude, he fucked everybody up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then, to your point, and forgive me for missing it on AEW, you had MJF wins the Casino Battle Royal, which means he's getting a world title shot. So get ready for him to turn on the Hurt Syndicate at some point, I would imagine, or that to cause some kind of issue. And then you had who won the women's? It was Athena. Athena, your forever Ring of Honor champion. Damn it, put her in the world title picture. I've said this, I don't know how many times.
Yeah, she deserves it.
But yes, and I brought that up because we had the Battle Royal at Evolution. Stephanie Veker, again, I volunteer myself, as I said, on Women's Wrestling Talk, the Devil's Kiss that she does, I volunteer myself as tribute. I'm just saying. I will take one for the team. I will make sure there's video footage.
The sacrifice.
Yes.
Corey, you've ever seen this move before?
No.
But you got to watch it with Booker T on the commentary, though. You got to have the effect.
But no, I don't blame you. I'm right there with you.
That's what the fuck I thought.
She is the new favorite around here for me.
That's what the fuck I thought. And I dig the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte team. I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
How did Lily like it?
She likes it. She just wants Alexa to have some gold, man. That's all it's coming down to.
You're not wrong, but I mean, I still feel like she's got to be like linked up with the Wyatt Six at some point, no?
Yeah, I think that's. I hope that's where they go with it. I would love to see her and Nikki hold tag team titles. I think that'd be sweet.
That would be nuts because we haven't seen Nikki do anything yet. But with them being a tag team, I don't know that I see that right now. Although I like this look for Charlotte right now because it was kind of unexpected. I kind of like the vibe so far. Let's see. And then, dude, that Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne versus the same match, just like that whole match was fucking badass.
Yeah, it was great. That was good stuff, man. Like I said, every match on that card totally killed it, man. And I like that they were like,
tell them, Chris. Tell them.
Exactly, Chris. I like that they were doing callbacks.
What was your favorite match?
But you know who wasn't there, Kyle? Lita.
Yeah, I know that.
Where was Lita?
I said, Lita was my first crush.
I thought maybe she texted you and you just told her that she couldn't make it and she couldn't come that night.
I just told her that I'd let them know that she would come the next time they did Evolution. Just don't make it 8 years in between.
You think so? Moving forward, you think they're probably going to do this every year now?
I don't know, man. I mean, it was 8 years in between the last one, and they had nothing.
This one was
and then there's another
success.
one. Where the fuck was Victoria said she was having issues with her back. That one I did hear about.
Okay.
They said they contacted her. Yeah, we talked about Lita. Yeah, dude. And then Jordan Grace, like I said, is next up. I feel like.
Yeah. She's too good to be overlooked, bro. It's just.
I think they know that. I think they knew that when she was coming. I think she's got the same heat like Joe Hendry does, and Will. Becky Lynch versus Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria. Again, fire. I
Fire.
think we need to see Becky versus Bailey again. That's what I want to see.
Did you notice she wore the Hulk Hogan colors last night on Raw?
Who did?
Becky.
So
the internet, here's the scoop.
Yeah, they
internet
call her
world,
Becky Hogan.
Internet world's calling her Becky Hogan because they say she's politicking behind the scenes to get better matches and keep the title, blah, 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 whatever. So by trolling, she comes back on Raw and she's wearing red and yellow.
I dig that shit. I really thought,
you know what?
They were
I don't
all
think
talking
she's
about
doing
how
that
Becky
kind of shit
was
at
gonna
all.
be gone because Seth was hurt and shit, and then for her to win, it kind of shuts up the internet wrestling community.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that, man. Fuck
I am
that.
too. Not cool with Hulk Hogan, but that's a
J-Bone
story for another
let
time.
us know where his allegiance lies. TNA pay-per-view this Sunday. I agree. I mean, you know, we got to show some love to our guy's first class. And then past guests of the show, Matt Cardona got jumped by Downstate from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see who he's got as backup. I'm with you, Chris. That shit is going to be money. All right. Before we get out of here, obviously we got to talk some combat sports stuff. There wasn't you had the big boxing fight between, I was going to say there was not much on the MMA end, but there was, look, bro, you had Tylor versus Serrano making fucking history again. I'm not going to lie. I really thought that Amanda Serrano was going to get the W. I really did. Keith, if you're in here, let me know what you thought about that fight. But I mean, I'll be honest. This time I feel like Katie Taylor, I mean, it was close again, but I feel like Katie Taylor like straight up beat her this time. Like last time, a lot to be like mad about, like as far as like the headbutts and all that kind of stuff. But like this time, dude, I just felt like, even though I would say Amanda probably boxed better in this fight, I think she needed to open up a little more in order for her to keep up with the output Katie Taylor was putting out.
Yeah, like you were saying, Kyle, I agree with that one. This to me was the most decisive of all three matchups. This was the one where I felt like at the end of it, I was like, well, all right, we found a clear winner. I mean, and not only is it a clear winner, it's in my eyes, it was the one that, you know, it kind of settles the whole trilogy thing, you know, rightfully so. There was arguments in the first two fights. With this one, being that she was already up 2-0 and she won this one again and more decisively, I feel like it's just kind of like puts the bow on it for her. Yeah.
I agree, but I think that Amanda Serrano also cemented her own legacy by like them offering the $250,000 bonus to like the undercard fighters so that they had an opportunity to make more money too. I thought that was cool. And you know, it was funny. I was talking about this with somebody at Ken's funeral at the reception. We were talking about Jake Paul and like whether you decide whether he's good for boxing or he's not good for boxing. One thing that I can say about that guy, bro, is he's giving people a chance at money that especially the women in boxing, is giving them a chance at money that they never had a chance at before. I don't know necessarily how I feel about the fights at this point. You know, I mean, I've said quite a few times, you know, that I feel like I want him to fight somebody for real, but at the same time, it's hard for me to just say, you know, fuck Jake Paul, because Jake Paul's also helped like the chick in the UFC. You know, he's put women on a big stage like that. He gave one of Detroit's own, Alicia Bumgardner, got to fight on that card and gave her the biggest platform that she's been on. I mean, it's a give or take, but
it's hard to argue with the results for sure. I mean, you know, you can say what you want about, like you say, his direct matches and like his actual impact on boxing as a like boxing rec fighter, you know what I mean? Like record and so forth. But like when you talk about his impact on like bringing attention back to the sport, and then not only that, but spinning the attention seemingly in the right direction. I mean, when you think about Jake Paul and like your immediate thought, at least for somebody like me, it seems like he's been constantly like he's had some, you know, some stumbles along the way and stuff. And like we were saying with the fights and stuff, but I'm a little skeptical immediately, but I forget which one of the fighters we had on it. It's a long time ago now, like
Ken
2 years ago. Yeah, but he was. I mean, he was speaking. He
Ken
couldn't have.
Bacon at Robles.
Yeah, he couldn't have spoke any more highly of like being a training partner for
And
him.
he saw
and the
Amanda Serrano,
experience.
so that's the best example too.
Yeah, like he literally, he couldn't have spoke any higher of the like he was compensated monetarily for being a training partner. He, got to, experience a taste of the good life for a couple of days because he was in there in training camp and still got paid for it. So
to
it's like,
Ken's credit, he's also a pro who was on like the state of boxing stuff or the Teddy Atlas segment and stuff like that. The techniques segment. So like to be getting put over like that by somebody like Teddy Atlas tells you the caliber of fighter we're talking about. Ken Robles as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying though, is once I heard that coming directly out of a firsthand experience with him, and then on top of like what we were just saying, like the repeated instances of going out of his way to, like not a lot of people watched it. I didn't necessarily watch it, but I seen the aftermath of him thanking or, giving thanks in his speech after his last fight and shouting out Ben Askren and telling everybody to go donate towards his cause and don't worry about my fight.
Shout out to Ben getting his lungs.
Yeah, this is
I think
the
he
fight.
donated $500,000 himself, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
supposedly. And
I mean, I haven't heard nobody say he didn't.
No, me neither. That's what the rumored number is. I know he made a
that's what I heard. I'm just
so.
saying, like with it being Jake Paul, trust me, if somebody could have like proven that he didn't pay it, holy shit,
right?
That would have come out by now.
But that's the whole thing is. Instance after instance after instance, he showcased himself to be better than I expected. So at this point, I kind of like, I am almost giving him the benefit of the doubt going into situations compared to where I initially was super skeptical.
And I mean, I'm sure that might be by design, but I mean, like I said, being a guy that's fought and been around fighting, I'm all for anybody that's going to make things better for the fighters. So
it was easier to hate him a while back. I mean, he's ranked he's ranked number 14 now. So
although I did hear he said he wanted
where
whoever
he's ranked and he makes it up to the top 5, like you got to give him respect because now he's doing what everybody asked him to do.
I agree with that, except if he's really for real about wanting the guy that's supposed to fight Badu Jack to step aside so that he can get a title shot for the WBC championship, Badu Jack will fucking kill him.
I don't know if we're ready for all that yet. But
Badu Jack is still good. Anybody who says Badu Jack is not still good doesn't know shit about boxing.
You're doing what everybody has been asking you to do, and that's fight ranked fighters. And now you're number 14. Go fight 13, 12, 11, whatever you're going to do. And move up. If you can prove that, then we can't say anything bad about it.
Thing is, the problem that people are going to have with that is that he brings in numbers, and that moves you up ranks a lot of the time. But
then I don't know what to tell you. You just got to be better than him.
I mean, you heard it, but
I mean, if he really does legitimately go in there and fights, number 8 in the division or some shit, and actually walks away with a victory on his hands, I mean.
No, and I agree with that. He's got to fight some people. That's why I said him just jumping straight to a Badu Jack, I think, is a little wild. But
for somebody like him, I would be if he's going to play that.
I was going to say that's not even just for somebody like him. That's for any motherfucker that's coming up the ranks to just jump to Badu Jack is. I mean, that's a tall task. So if that happens, I don't know. All right, we talked already about. I mean, we talked already about the press or the media day today at Superbad for Tony Harrison, and that place was a sweat box. My balls were definitely hot. Derrick Lewis caught him another body, added another name to the list. Dude, you would have thought that guy stole something from him. Like that guy that he fought, I mean, it really must have pissed him off that that's the guy they gave him because he was coming up off the Contender series. But damn, I heard people saying that it was a quick stoppage. I was like, no. When you have to use your hands to climb the cage to get yourself back up, and he's still wraparound socking you.
Nah.
I'm like,
sorry, bro.
No, they saved this kid from getting killed.
Yeah, he's early in his career. We don't need to see him face down like
I mean, I respect
You know, like
the
to
balls
like
on
actually.
that guy,
Oh,
pun intended,
I think
for
one or
taking
two
that
more
fight.
shots
But
and the fight will be over. Like, you know, to your point, I
Nah.
don't necessarily disagree with the stoppage either.
I
I know
respect the
a
balls
lot
on
of
that
people.
guy for taking that fight, and I'm sure he got paid for it,
Oh,
especially
the
with it
balls!
being
What
a
do you
main
mean?
event fight.
The
But
balls, the balls are like the
just what?
opportunity. You have no choice but to take that fight. If you're
Of
like,
course, but I mean
I'm
that doesn't mean everybody's
trying
going to when you know that
the
Derrick Lewis
UFC.
could literally kill you.
The UFC heavyweight division so light right now. I'm telling my brother, just go get a couple good wins on the regional scene, dog.
That's
You'll go
true.
make some
That's
money. You
true.
know, like that's how light the.
Although
Maybe
now that
so,
we're
but I
talking
mean,
White House fights, John Jones says he's coming back.
But my point being is you had a debut guy 3 weeks ago or some shit, in the guy
they
that fought
probably had
Curtis
somebody else and it fell through.
Blades. Well, no,
Mhm.
the guy that fought Curtis Blades wasn't. That was that was
Okay.
a debut guy. That was maybe the same thing. I forget if he was Contender Series or not. And then now, same thing. They're definitely trying to do a refresh of the UFC's heavyweight division because they feel the same way the fans do, that it's just been stagnant. The people towards the upper echelon of the division have just kind of been recycled around. So that being said, where are they going to end up, you know, in the next couple months, years, of course? You know, they have Tom Aspinall, a good-looking champ, but other than that, who's going to be the next contenders? So realistically, you have no choice in
I
Tulsin
agree. I'm
Teixeira
just saying
to
though,
take
to
this
put
fight,
yourself
but
on that though,
and
like
then
you also put yourself on a pedestal to get knocked the fuck out. And then if you have to
yeah,
go
oh yeah,
back up on there, now you got to fight your way all the way back up. But he probably made his biggest payday. But I want to just throw this out there. He would have to like tone it down a bit. But like when we're talking about guys from UFC that could be in WWE, my balls is hot in WWE, bro.
bro.
Him or Michael Chan, dude. That post fight promo was fucking epic. He said it's gonna be some ground and pound. I've been gone for.
He said, "Who do you want next?" He said, "I want my wife." It's gonna be some
I'm not
ground and
mad at
pound.
you, sir. I am not
Go
mad at
ahead,
you,
bro.
sir. All right. We talked about pretty much everything that's going on. It's about time for us to get the fuck out of here. But
wait, real quick, I don't know what we got going on for Thursday as of like UFC stuff, but I want your quick picks on this BMF title fight this weekend.
We were going to get to that on Thursday because this weekend's main event for BKFC includes our guy Dustin Paige, who is going to be fighting at the ECW Arena this weekend for BKFC. So we will be talking to him this Thursday. So I figure we'll give you our thoughts, and I'm going to be a tease and make you have to wait for my thoughts about the BMF title until this Thursday, and then this Saturday, come watch somebody get knocked the fuck out. Legends of Combat. It's going down. Wayne, Hype Athletic Center, Michigan. Make sure you're there. They just added Abe Al-Sagir versus Drew Fickett in this motherfucker in a regional fight here in Michigan. If you want to see a good fight or just see somebody get kicked in the face, I bet you might see that there. Just don't let my mom try to do it. She broke her foot on my elbow this week. But until next time, it totally was her fault. I mean, even the doctor told her that.
You didn't know how to check those kicks, damn it.
I'm telling you that it's your fault if you miss our show this Thursday. Check that shit out. Hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for my chat with Dimitri Salita and Tony Harrison. Also, shout out to Tommy Hearns, the next version of the Hearns Dynasty. Austin Hearns is going to be getting at you real soon. That's another one I'm keeping an eye on. But make sure you keep an eye on Knockouts and 3 Counts. Peace.